Getting Richer. Hello, I'm Harani Singh, and today I will be sharing with you how to play my game, the Victorian era game called Getting Richer. So the reason I named my game Getting Richer is because kids and families, most of them during the Victorian era were not rich. They were poor, most of them. So I am here to change that, and we are going to make the Victorian era children millionaires with this game. So what are the materials needed for this game? So the first material for this is money. So keep in mind that this is a DIY game, so you can make it by yourself at home. So firstly, you need the money, and the notes are only $100 notes. There are no other notes, no $500, no $50, only $100 notes. Okay. Next, now we have the main material, the board game, the board itself. Okay, so this board can be customized however you want. So this is how I did it. You can make it similar, but I will be telling you the categories on this board game. And yeah, so next you need the basic stuff in any board game, which is the checkers. I don't know what are they called, checkers, and die. So these checkers are homemade. I just took papers, squashed them up, and I got this. Alright, so you can put a marker here. So this is black and this is pink. So black, pink, you get the idea. Alright, now let's start. But this is a two-player game. Oh yeah, that's why I have my two wonderful sisters to be helping me today, Sachlin and Jaslyn Cole.
Hi guys! I'm Jaslyn and I'm Sachlin.
Now please go to your places. We are about to start. So firstly, how do you set up and what player gets what? So firstly, you need a banker. 2 players, 1 banker, or no players. You need 1 banker. So the banker will manage the money, and each player remember the 100, it's called shillings. So we are using the currency that Victorians used during their time. So remember, shillings, right? So now 1,000 shillings each. So 10 papers, meaning 10 notes. So now you need to put the board game in the center, manage all your money at one side, and then take your checkers, put them at the starting point. So that is the first category. You need a starting point on your board game. Now let me just tell you the categories of this so that we can play smoothly after this. So the first row here, this first row, there are 6 boxes in each row. So basically this, and this. So for this one is the starting row. So the starting row, you have four properties, which is the Royal Albert Hall with big dome, the Westminster Palace, which is also known as the House of Parliament, the Balmoral Castle, or as I like to call it, the Fairy Tale Castle. It looks like a fairy tale castle. And last but not least, the final resting place of Her Majesty Queen Victoria, rest in peace, the Obzorn House. Now that's the first row. The second row, you will have one random drawing, which means when you land on this random drawing, you do nothing. You don't have to worry about anything. No good, no bad, normal. Okay. Then you need sorry for that. You need two parts which are cash. So you put the $, $. So this place, when you land on this, you get $500, 500 shillings, extra. So you get money from that. Next, you have the train ride. So this is like a symbol of a train. So this symbol like a train means train ride. So train ride, what do you do here? You can choose to go see if you're at train ride, you want to go to this, the first row, meaning the product row, you can go this and buy some train ride, right? So now you have 3 extra rows, 3 extra columns, right? So what do you do with them? You can put messages in it. So what I did was, your name is Donkey. So your name is Donkey, meaning the opponents have to call you Donkey for the rest of the game if you land on that, so don't. Now the other 2, luckily there's only 1. Give up 500 shillings, you don't want to do that, and you lose, get out. Okay, so let me remind you again, this is a 30-minute game, so there's no person who gets more, they win. Yes, that is the thing. After the 30 minutes, you calculate your money, the person who is richest wins. The person who is the most poorest, they, get up, lose. So, and then the last one is that's it for the first row. Let me remind you, by the way, the start is at 1 corner, the other 3 corners are jail. You land on that, you miss 1 round. Next, so you don't want to go in jail, right? So next, there are 4 4 messages. Like just now, you can put any messages, and then there's one called odds. So that odds is your opponent. Choose one opponent, the player who lands on odds. You have to choose one opponent, and that opponent has to tell something to the opponent who asked him to say something good. So basically, for example, I'm asked to say odds. I say you get $500 shillings, or maybe you get this property for free, like that, right? So yeah, that's the thing of it. So next, you have the next row, you have another random drawing, you have another train ride, and then after the other train ride, you have another train ride. So this is like a movement thing, right? But don't be stuck there, right? You have just 1 message, you have another random drawing, and then last but not least, now this is a very important thing. It's a random. Now this is a proper placed product here, because you can get the Queen's house, Buckingham Palace, for 1,000 shillings, right? So that's in the last row. Okay guys, as mentioned, these 2 are going to be playing, but guys, we are not going to be doing for 30 minutes because it's going to be so long. They are going to do only 5 moves, so we are going to see how fast or how intense can this game get in a short period of time. Okay, let's start. Jaslyn to serve. 2. So she. No, here, this side, this side. So do you want to buy? So this is what the banker does in the game. He has to say, okay, so do you want to buy the house of what do you call it?
Westminster.
The house of Westminster Palace, or the House of Parliament? Do you want to buy it?
How much does it cost?
It costs 100 shillings.
Okay, I'll buy.
All right. So this money goes into the bank lot. So
whoever comes here, they have to pay me?
Yes, and you have to remember, so this is also a game that helps in memory. I was not lazy to make the cards. Okay, now, Sachlin, please.
Okay. See, where do I go now? Okay, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Do you want to buy what I like to call the Castle of Fairy Tale?
Well, I like fairy tales.
And it's only 200 shillings.
Well,
Yeah, 1,000. So.
yeah, but okay, fine. I'll buy this.
Thank you. Please make a decision fast, please. Or not, you'll get a knock on the head.
Oh no!
Next. Now, we have Jaslyn Cole on her second try. Second serve. Go. 1. Now,
Hello,
you have to
bestie.
pay her. You have to pay her. How much is this? 200 shillings. Yes.
Thank you.
So
And
how is the rent decided, or how is that decided? It's the same price. So okay guys, so now you saw my version of my game. You can change the board game. Get creative, guys. It's an amazing game, right? So get creative, start doing, get creative, make your own board game, and tell me if you had fun in the comments below. And yeah, and one more thing, get richer.